Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with the President. Today I'm joined by Carolyn Behan Kraus, Vice President for Advancement, and also a member of the Albertus Magnus College class of 1986. Carolyn, welcome.
Thank you, President Camille. I'm happy to join you this morning.
Well, I appreciate you, of course, making time. I think maybe to start our conversation, your family has this incredible history and legacy with the college. Maybe talk a little bit about that. It always fascinates me.
So my grandmother was here on opening day in 1925. So she's a graduate of the class of 1929, first four-year group here at Albertus, when the whole college was in Rosary Hall, then with an addition of McAuliffe next door. My great aunt followed in her footsteps, class of 1936, and was one of the first women to go off to Yale Law School. My mom is a member of the class of 1955, and as you mentioned, I'm class of 86, and I'm very proud to say I have two nieces who have already graduated from Albertus and one that's currently a senior graduating this May.
I love it. And when I think about the work for which you're responsible in oversight now, advancement, which I think would be great if you can talk a little bit about what is advancement, but part of that, of course, is relationship building with our alumni. And, what better person to oversee this than someone who not only graduated, but whose family has had a long history with the college. But let's just start. I mean, what is advancement?
At its highest level is truly to move the mission and the purpose of the college forward out in the public space. So responsibility to connect to alumni, to friends of the college, to donors, to parents and other constituents who may find our mission and our purpose valuable. At a more operational level, we oversee alumni relations. That now includes parent engagement as well. All of the fundraising aspects of the college, so anything from annual fund, major gifts, planned giving, grants, etc., all stem from the advancement department. We've also been focused on engagement before graduation, so starting the Student Alumni Association and getting the word of alumni and the purpose of connecting students to alumni and why that's valuable, all of that lives under the umbrella of advancement.
Over my first, going on 2 years now, serving as president, one of the most important priorities for me, and frankly, one of the most enjoyable aspects of the job, has been to get out and meet with our alumni from across the years and to hear their stories of Albertus impact. And I know that gathering those stories and translating them in storytelling is a part of kind of your repertoire per se. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we were very excited to have a new president after so many years, and the opportunity for us to really look at how we connect with alumni, not only within our borders on campus, but all over the country in a new and more exciting way. So taking you as a new president out on the road, meeting alums in California and Florida and Texas, places that we haven't visited in quite some time. And not only telling your story as a new president and your vision for a bright and bold future for the college, but to gain those stories back and really learn about some of the history and the passions that our alumni have for their alma mater, and really marrying those two, our story going out, their stories coming in, and how that builds the foundation for us as we look to the future of the college, always mindful that the past and the history are part of the foundation that moves us forward. One of the stories that I heard from you truly speaks to that aspect when you met with individuals out in Los Angeles who came from two very different places in their lives to this college, but their common bond was the unbelievable education that they received at Albertus, the support that they had from the faculty and staff here, and the presence of the Dominican sisters and those Dominican values. And it transcends the ages, it transcends the generations. Those are the great conversations that I look forward to us continuing to have in the future as we continue to go out and meet alumni around the country.
Yeah. And there is no question in my mind that one of the great strengths today about this college, one of the really distinctive qualities, is this incredible diversity with which we're blessed across our student body. And in today's world of higher education, of course, financial aid and affordability are really important priorities. And our students benefit from the philanthropy of parents and alumni and friends of the college. And why is it so important to have an endowment and a strong endowment in support of financial aid?
Today's students need financial aid assistance. It's very, very simple bottom line process. They come to school. It's more expensive than when you and I were in college, I'm sure. And the process that they go through in financial aid and applying sometimes leave those students with a gap of not enough federal money, but not enough out-of-pocket money to be able to afford the college. I think your initiative surrounding your inauguration with launching the Silverhorn Scholarship Fund provides that gap funding for students who just can't finish. But there's more. There's class scholarships that support students in that middle ground where they just can't get enough funding to achieve their educational goals. And so the outside fundraising that we do, building an endowment, building those scholarships, building those opportunities, are what help those students complete their Albertus education.
The year 2025 is this great college's centennial, right? And so we'll have a new strategic plan, and accompanying that plan will be a comprehensive fundraising campaign. And of course, in the world of advancement, one of the important responsibilities is fundraising. Why is a campaign, why is fundraising such an important component to a healthy, vigorous institution?
A couple of things. One, I think connecting the outside population, so our alumni, our donors, our friends, parents, anyone who might align with our mission, to what we're doing today and keep them passionate about that, keeps the institution moving forward and keeps that level of support going. For our students, it's about what are we going to improve on our campus? What kinds of physical plant needs do we have that need to be addressed through fundraising? What kinds of programs are we looking at that would position Albertus to succeed in the future in a very competitive educational landscape? How can we engage and continue to engage and ignite passion in our donor base, if you will, our alumni, our friends, our parents, to keep that passion alive and going forward so we continue to move the institution forward?
There is no question in my mind that there is an incredibly bright and as we say, bold future ahead for Albertus Magnus. And I think of the great privilege that I have of serving as president and hopefully serving as the president that brings this college into its second century. I am grateful for all that you and your team members do, and appreciate the fact that you took time to be with us today.
That's my pleasure. It's very exciting to be a part of a conversation when we look at our institution and its 100th birthday.
Well, this wraps up another episode of Coffee with the President, and I look forward to being with you again soon.